Hello, welcome to Sport and Health at Newman University. My name is Dr. Mark Holland. I'm a Senior Lecturer of Sport and Exercise Psychology. I'm really sorry that we're not with you in person today. We would love to be showing you around our facilities and around the campus, but I hope that this video gives you some indication of what we're about and what you can expect from your experience come September. We are a small team of academics. We cover a broad range of disciplines within sport and health. And importantly, we are both active in research and consultancy, and that means that when we're teaching and talking about the content and knowledge within our subjects, we're able to bring that to life and kind of consider and prepare you for your career aspirations and the likely challenges and applications of that knowledge that you're likely to come into. I also would like to think that we're a nice bunch of people who really enjoy getting to know students and working with students on a more personal level, which can mean that not only can we help you through the really enjoyable, exciting parts of your degree, but also support you through what will be some challenging and hard work within a degree. At Newman, we offer a generic first year across all our sports programmes. This means all first year students within sport and health do the same modules. The benefit is that students who are not sure about what degree is best for them can take the first year to learn about the different types of degrees. They can then transfer to a different programme at the start of their second year without penalty. That means you don't have to take any extra modules to catch up. So we run 3 Bachelor of Arts programmes and 2 Bachelor of Science programmes. The first arts programme is physical education and sport. So the PE and sport programme is designed for those hoping to go into a teaching career or sport development. It focuses on pedagogy and contemporary themes within PE and education more broadly, such as safeguarding. This provides a really solid foundation to enter into your PGCE and career within teaching. Sport development and coaching really looks at the off-field elements of sport. This includes policy, events management and development of sport nationally and regionally. Sport management builds upon these degrees and has 2 main strands. The first is sports development. So that's the sociology, the policy, strategy, events management, and sports business. So finance, corporate responsibility, marketing and entrepreneurship. This aims to promote those skills for those who are looking for careers in the management and development of sport and physical activity. Within the science route, we have a sports coaching and performance, which really combines the science and the coaching elements to consider how we support developing athletes and exercisers to help them achieve their healthy goals. And sport and exercise science looks at the traditional science disciplines within sport and exercise. These are physiology, psychology, and biomechanics. This aims to help you understand how to support the participation and performance of individuals in groups within sport and exercise. In addition to the 3-year degrees, we also run courses with additional foundation year. These are designed and perfect for those that do not have the full requirements for entry onto the degree. For example, if you've been out of education for some time or you're without traditional certificates. The foundation year allows you to develop the fundamental skills and study practices that will set you up really nicely for that BA or BSc, allowing you to progress confidently and comfortably through your programme. We also run top-up programmes for those that have existing qualifications and credits within higher education. Students are able to complete 1 year in order to complete the full BA or BSc. While it's usual for students on a top-up programme to complete just 1 year, students can complete the final 2 years of a programme where suitable or desired. This is often determined by the experience and skills that you have when joining us. For students who want to complete the top-up programme, there's a free bridging module to support that transition into Newman University. It's there to help you get to know us, realise how we work and how we study. This just helps you feel confident that when you start, you are fully ready for the exciting challenges ahead. We do believe that Newman is distinct by name and by nature. And there's a few reasons for that. The first one is, as we said, not all students, and actually quite a lot of students, don't really know what programme is absolutely right for them, largely because sometimes we don't really know what each programme really is and how it's distinct from one another. Because that's a common occurrence, we have a generic first year. So what that means is that across the route, all first years will have the same suite of modules. Now, the first year is really about developing foundational knowledge, but also the study skills that allow you to engage comfortably and confidently throughout your degree. But what that also means is when we're studying the same modules is that you're able to transfer from one program to another if you have all the same modules. So if you join on a physical education and sport program, but throughout the first semester you think, oh, actually, the sports science is really for me, then you're able to transfer without penalty. And that means you don't need to take extra credits or extra modules in order to make up the difference for your program going forwards. We also try and really have a strong focus on employability, and you'll see that as a bit of a theme coming through. So there's a number of things that we do about this. We have a range of teaching methods, so we focus not just on content knowledge, but on the skills and awareness that come along with quite an applied discipline of sport and health. So outside of lectures, we also have seminars, workshops and labs as core teaching mediums, which mean that you will leave not only with the knowledge of the textbook, but also how to apply that in a real world situation. We are also recognised by CIMSPA, which is the Chartered Institute for Management of Sport and Physical Activity. Now, CIMSPA accredits programmes on the extent to which they fulfil the criteria which is identified by industry leaders for particular roles. So therefore, you know that when you leave us, you have the competencies and the attributes which industry leaders are looking for. And therefore, we are deliberately trying to develop your employability to allow you to be more attractive to potential employers. Alongside that, we think it's really important that we get involved in regional partners and potentially international opportunities. So regional partners might be around the workplace learning module, which runs throughout the second year, which gives students an opportunity to engage in workplace practices. We encourage you to find your own workplace, but we will support you in finding one if you need one. But this is an opportunity for you to go into the workplace and be supported by a tutor, and in order to make sure that you're learning as much as you can and integrating that into your academic study as well. This is really useful to find out really what you like about an industry, where you might need to increase your CV, and sometimes to find out that you don't like a career path. We also have projects and partners which we work with. So for example, a number of students have been working on a mental health using football program with Aston Villa, and students have gone on to actually work and gain jobs on those programs with those clubs following their degree. We also have international opportunities such as Erasmus to study abroad and field trips to Barcelona to look at the football clubs and how they operate, but also to West Africa and the Gambia to look at how sport and physical activity, what their role is and how they are managed in those different cultures. And really importantly and central to everything we do is we recognise that we are a smaller institution, and that is something that we're very proud of, and this allows us to have a more personal relationship with our students, to help you foster your own aspirations and your own CV, knowledge, attributes and so on. We're very proud that we will know you by name and we will know how you're getting on, and not just by student number. And this is kind of reflected in our overall aims for our courses. We aim to provide a transformative higher education experience. And what that means is that we're developing the whole person. It is not just about filling your head with content knowledge. It is about the skills, the awareness, the regional appreciation and the national appreciation for what careers you're able to go on to fulfill and what you would like to be able to fulfill. It's about personal as well as academic development. And linked to this is that ability to understand both subject-specific skills, but also transferable skills. So as well as that content knowledge, there are subject-specific skills. So you might need to know how to work in a physiological laboratory, how to take health measurements for a particular population, but also those transferable skills of being able to communicate, being able to time manage and use your initiative, to work independently. So all these skills are absolutely fundamental to that transformative experience, but also your later employability. Right now, it's very evident that we need to be able to understand evidence and be able to critically analyse it. And this is what we do every single day. Sport and health is a science-based discipline, and therefore we must be able to cautiously and critically understand the strengths and the weaknesses of evidence, and therefore turn that into applied practice with a good understanding of how that might relate to our communities. So being able to understand scientific evidence and critically analyse it is really important. We see lots of examples of that at the moment, don't we? We've already talked about local and regional partners, but preparing students to engage with local communities is absolutely fundamental to our ethos. We believe that a university should have community impact. We should be developing students who are excited about having community impact and making a real contribution to the societies, the communities that they're going into, whether that's a school, a sports club, or a region. And so that's what we feel about our courses. But ultimately, we want our graduates to be leaving being enthused, being passionate. And fundamentally, to have a passion and a commitment for working in partnership with individuals and organisations from different disciplines. Sport and health is a multidisciplinary subject. We have physiologists, biomechanists, public health and administrative roles. And actually making sure that we're able to work with others, develop relationships, and so we're able to have impact on those communities is absolutely core. We want students to have a substantial knowledge and understanding of research evidence and best practice. We focus on contemporary understanding, making sure that the expertise of our staff are supported through our students, and making sure that not only do you understand that, but you understand where it comes from and how to apply it to make you as effective as possible in not only pursuing your own career, but supporting the engagement in sport and health of others. We want students to be able to be independent, reflective practitioners, be able to be used innovative and take the initiative. We also want students to be able to be an advocate for sport and exercise disciplines, actually promoting the sport and health advantages that communities and individuals can gain. So being able to take that on individually, being able to reflect upon your own practice and also, as we're seeing in a moment, your own values to develop your own working. And therefore, in line with that transformative experience, we want students to be able to critically reflect on their own personal values in order to make sure that you're doing work that you feel is meaningful to you. Our smaller numbers mean that we are interested in what is meaningful and passionate in your life and how we can help you develop that. So let's have a look what that really means in terms of the modules and the sort of content that you'll be studying. As we said, the first year is a sort of a generic year. Everyone studies the same modules. And the modules cover a range of disciplines, and it's going to be quite difficult to go through every module, so I'm not going to try in this short video. But there's some different things, some highlights that we might point out. The first one is that we have a focus on study skills. So to set you up for your 3 years of your degree, Introduction to Sport and Exercise really looks at what are the core competencies that you're going to need to be confident and comfortable studying your program. We have a range of different disciplines covered, from the structure and development of UK sport to human movement, which is more physiology and biomechanics, to the psychology, the coaching. And then importantly, we've mentioned already that we are an evidence-based discipline. We are scientific in our practice, and therefore we need to start understanding research methods, and not only so that we're able to read the research, but also that you're able to conduct it as you go through your program. So the introduction to research methods is really crucial in grounding your knowledge for your 3 years. We also mentioned that in the second year there is a workplace learning module. So therefore we try and prepare you for that to make sure that you're ready and equipped to engage in that and get the most out of it. So there's a lot of preparatory work done in year one, but it's a really exciting and very supportive set of modules there. Now this is quite a busy slide, but then there's lots of modules going on, so I'm going to break them down a little bit more. In our second year, the modules that you start taking will then depend on the program that you've selected. But we can break modules down into sort of types, if you like. So we have more sport development, more policy, as we mentioned earlier, sort of off-pitch subjects around policy development, the sociology of sport and health. We also have areas about pedagogy, so it's about the understanding and science of teaching and learning and how that might relate to physical education. And then we have the more traditional sports science subjects of the psychology, biomechanics, physiology and nutrition, and strength and conditioning. Importantly, we have a strong focus on research methods, which again will allow you to understand the research, but also start conducting your own, which is a really exciting point because this really allows you to start engaging in the specific areas of your interest, allowing you to research the problems, the questions that you find most interesting. And that work-related learning, so you getting out in the workplace, being supported, finding out what you can learn and how you can develop your CV in the broader context of your skills, your experience and your awareness of career aspirations. In the third year, one of the most exciting elements is your dissertation. Now, this is a large independent research project which is common across all degree programs, but it really is exciting because it's the biggest opportunity for you to drive your own study and focus on a concept, some literature, some problem, a study area of your choosing. Is there a question that you would like to answer that will support the engagement in sport and health of your community? Or is there something about performance elements that might, allow you to coach or perform even better than you already do? We also have, again, modules around the sports development and management, and these are particularly exciting and have really innovative methods of assessment where we're running events and actually engaging in the community as part of the module. We have a range, again, about athlete and youth development, looking at how we are focusing on our coaching and on our physical education and the development of young people. And then, again, the scientific disciplines. And all the way through this third year, we have a greater focus on the application of knowledge and how we really turn our knowledge into skills and applied practice. So they're the sort of subjects we're most studying. But what will it look like? Well, we try and focus on not only a high quantity of contact time, but a good quality of contact time as well. So like all universities, we do run lectures. They are a very efficient and effective means of transferring a lot of core knowledge. However, we've already noted that focus on skills and awareness. So we really do try and make sure that we have a breadth of learning environment. So that would be in our labs, in our workshops, in our seminars, where we really try and explore in a practical or innovative sense the concepts that we're looking at and really try and get you hands-on. Particularly in areas of, say, physiology and biomechanics, we really take pride in the fact that you will not just know about a technique, but you will be able to do it. Looking at the Qualisys system or physiological testing are really good examples of that. Independent study is a fundamental part of all degrees, and you becoming an independent learner, for being able to learn the skills of lifelong learning is absolutely central. But you need to be supported in how you do that. So each week there are directed activities in order to support your independent study, and there's a wealth of support across the university to help you engage in your studies, which not only will mean that you're developing those independent learning skills, but you can focus your studies on the things that really fascinate you. Our teaching styles really try to avoid a sort of a didactic approach. We try and really be interactive even within our lectures because we have those smaller numbers, and we're therefore able to really engage in your learning and how you're getting on and try and have a lot of problem-based learning, which is much more engaging, much more exciting in the disciplines that we use. Now, a lot of people ask about assessment methods, and what's really important is that assessment is not just a point of asking how good are you, but it's also looking about where do you want to go forward. And this is really important, and this is one reason why we, on the whole, steer away from traditional examinations. We are much more interested in assessments that develop your skills and give you the feedback that will allow you to develop your skills going forward. So we really do focus on things like lab reports, the practical skills of writing case reports in physiology, biomechanics and psychology. We look at lesson plans and coaching observations. We do quite a lot of presentations because being able to communicate and stand up in front of people is really important. We also look at extended writing because our ability to write reports and write coherently for an audience is absolutely fundamental. So through the degrees, there are normally 2 or 3 exams throughout the whole degree. So we really look at skills-based assessment methods. In terms of the support, we really do benefit from our smaller numbers. So all students, when you arrive, are assigned a personal tutor, and they are someone who you'll be able to go to. They'll be your first point of contact if you have any questions. And we'll try to meet with you at least twice a semester, but we are always there for you in the first instance. We also run an open door policy, which means that we will be in our office with our door open, and if it's a quick chat, then you are absolutely free and available to come and knock on our door and have a quick question. We generally recommend that if it's a 5-minute chat, come and see us, get to know us. We're really keen for that. If it's any more, make an appointment and we can make sure that it's really convenient so we can pay you full focus. There are a range of support throughout the university, both pastoral, academic, but also in terms of your career development. And there are opportunities throughout the 3 years to engage in the career service to help you identify the careers that you aspire to develop your CV, gain the experience and prepare for interviews and applications when you leave. We also run a further study in terms of both master's programs and potentially PhD if you aspire to that. And our programs really do set you up very nicely to go on to further study, whether that's at Newman or elsewhere. And we have a range of support systems to help you prepare and engage with those. Finally, we keep noting that when you go through a degree, you want more than just your degree certificate. So extracurricular activities are massively important to all degree experiences. We have, as we mentioned, some research projects that students can get into. We have international field trips, and there are also the societies, and we encourage students to get involved in societies, whether they're sporting or otherwise, because they're a really good means of developing your social experience within the university, but also gaining those management and organisational skills which are really attractive to employers, but enrich your university experience. Here are some quotes from our students which try and highlight the core fundamentals of what we're about. We try to be supportive, we try to be approachable. We want our students to feel supported and to engage in the tutorship of a university experience. We want to be able to present information, develop skills, but be challenged. As staff, we want to be challenged. We want students to ask questions, to engage, to push us, just as we will push you. And importantly, that should be on an individual level. I want to get to know you. I want you to challenge me to help you develop your own knowledge, your skills, and really understand what it is you want to do with your degree. A fundamental question, as we talked about employability, is what can you do with your degree? At Newman University, we have opportunities for further studies, such as the Masters of Research in Human Science, and also the PGCE for Physical Education. Now, sport and health is recognised as a degree which is incredibly transferable, and so therefore the career opportunities which it gives is actually one of the greatest of any degree. But these are some examples where we have a number of students going on to, in the recent years, areas such as physical education and the supportive roles within schools and education, within sports science and coaching. Performance analysis is a growing area, but also within governing bodies and councils, and that development of sport within our communities is a particular area of growth at the moment. Now, within this short video, I'm sure I've missed out an awful lot, and so please do get in touch with us. Our head of subject is Dr. Adam Benkwitz, and he would be absolutely delighted to hear from you, answer any questions, and make sure that you're fully equipped to make your strong decision and hopefully join us in September. We're really excited about what the new year can hold and how we can support you through this trying time and really engage in some of the materials which are going to support you throughout the next few years. In addition to Adam, there's a number of contacts on screen at the moment to make sure that you're fully informed about the broader university systems and support available to you. Please do get in touch if you have any questions. We'd love to hear from you, and as soon as we possibly can, we'd love to see you as well. Please take care, and we'll see you soon.